video presented by the latest Rooster Teeth documentary, The World's Greatest Head Massage, an ASMR journey. Part 1 available now for Rooster Teeth First members. Part 2 premieres July 15th. Start your free 30-day trial at roosterteeth.com.
Hello.
Hey, handsome.
Welcome to Patch Game Club. This week, Selenon Rising.
Which we still don't know who suggested. We've been on a witch hunt for the last month since we got the suggestion and started playing the game. We've been witch hunting, trying to figure out who put this game in the cylinder. None of us put it in there.
All right, this is your moment. Own up to it.
Meg didn't put it in there.
Anybody?
I've been like coming up with all kinds of sneaky theories. My latest theory was that Peyton was circumventing his ban and torturing us intentionally. Peyton, did you do it?
No.
He's saying no.
He says no.
I don't know if I believe you, Peyton.
Before this episode of Game Club, I went through the cylinder selection and pulled out every game that did not have someone's name on it and forced people to put names on it. There was another one in there that nobody would claim.
What was it?
Gotta
What
have
was it
someone
called?
to blame.
I don't remember. What was it called? It was like it had like 7 names.
It was like Danganronpa.
Oh, Danganronpa?
Yeah.
I think that one might have been a Caden one.
Okay.
Danganronpa.
Look, Danganronpa seems like the kind of game that Caden would suggest.
The control room was glad we took it out because they said that it was a very pervy game and they weren't sure how much of it we could show.
Wait, hold on, put it back in.
Yeah, no, I'm
That
coming
was a
back
different
on
game?
board.
It's a different game. Never mind.
Okay.
Toss it in here.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So, oh no. Okay, so, yeah.
We're not playing this game.
It's escaping.
Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc was apparently the name of this one. And I guess that's not the pervy one. That was a different game, which I'm going to learn a lot more after this game club.
So
I mean, last time you promised me a pervy game, it turned out it was like so much work to get to the pervy stuff.
Okay, first of all, we're talking about Kindred Spirits on a Roof, right?
Yes.
Not my suggestion.
I know.
Meg's the one who rigged the cylinder to get that one in.
She did.
And honestly, gotta say, at least that one was like really authentic. Like you had to work hard to get him naked.
That's true. And of the visual novels we've done, it was there've been worse dialogue.
speaking of visual novels,
Yeah.
Which is the genre of this game as well.
that is the genre for Selenon Rising. So Selenon Rising does have one interesting mechanic.
Okay.
So the setup is like it's in the future. Earth has basically been occupied by an alien force that does not allow humans to use technology.
Right, like we've been invaded by aliens and they won.
Yeah,
Okay.
and all our technology is taken away. And it's like, and there's an organization that is seeking to squash potential rebellion against the aliens, and you work as one of the agents of that organization.
They're like super police.
Yeah, so you go around like trying to stop the rebels, and if you do a good job, your character. This is all like metagame, right? Like,
Right.
if you did a good job, then your character gets like a piece of technology they can keep. So the main character you play has an alarm clock.
That's
That's
the
your
big
technology.
advantage.
Sweet,
A
right?
digital alarm clock.
Hey, I get to work on time.
They were like,
Yeah.
you can have any piece of technology you want. And she's like,
TV.
take an alarm clock.
Ugh.
Right?
So
what an idiot.
Basically, you're playing.
We could have
as,
told
like,
her not to do that.
You're playing as Gus in high school, like that. I'll
take a TI-82, please.
Can I have some homework, please?
So
That's kind of what it felt like.
there is an interesting mechanic. So like I said, it's all investigation. You're police. You have you play your main character's name is Violet because she's purple. Your partner's name is Blue because he's blue.
They're
And
clever.
His old partner is Red. Can you guess what color she is? Red. You got it.
Yeah, and they're all part of the group called Spectra. Get it?
Oh,
Get it?
yeah.
Get it?
At least they didn't call them the Rainbow Force.
I'm betting that was on the table at one point. Yeah, so they're all super police. So it's that investigative. It's like
Super
noir,
alarm clock police. Do they have
like noir, like whodunit, investigative, crossed with cyberpunk and anime, all done up in a visual novel shell.
So every now and then when you find a crime, you come across a crime scene, you like move your mouse around the crime scene to find stuff and you click on it and then it tells you like, oh, this shouldn't be here, or oh, there's dried blood on this, or oh, this is shredded documents that might mean something. Then
But
you collect
how
them
does
all.
she use her superpower of knowing the time to defeat the bad guys?
They do have superpowers, which I haven't touched on
Oh.
yet. Which
They
I will
have
touch
actual
on
superpowers.
now.
Uh-huh.
Violet is, what do they call it, an Esper?
Yeah, I think Esper might be all of them. I think Esper was.
That's a word I've heard
so-
used in other things
So
too.
she can
She's
read other
she's
people's
an
emotions.
empath.
Okay,
so
she's
she can tell what
empathic.
people are feeling. And then one of the other guys,
Blue is a clairvoyant.
Yeah, so he can see things coming a couple seconds beforehand. Red can teleport. So they each have like a special thing. I wasn't 100% clear on this, but it seemed like Esper meant like anyone with those special abilities.
There you go.
And that she was a specific type of Esper. But I could be super wrong about that.
Okay.
So when they, again, there are some things I didn't understand either. Like it seems like when people become Spectra agents, the memory of their life before that is wiped.
Dude, they
So
get totally Men in Blacked.
They have
But
no.
their whole
So they
life.
don't know who they are or where they came from.
Right, they don't know anything about their family or anything.
Or like why they joined up.
Also, when you say that humanity has been stripped of technology, are we talking like caveman level?
No,
like
no,
everybody's
no.
living in
They have,
yurts?
like,
They
cars.
have cars, but no computers.
So no internet. They took away our
They
internet.
took away the internet.
Oh man.
And the alarm clocks.
All right.
and alarm clocks for some reason, yeah. So
Look, that's important. Look, use the email. That's how you would coordinate an attack. You need to know what time it was so that everybody could attack at the same time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, okay.
First they came for my alarm clocks. And I said nothing.
So after you do your investigation of a room, you can then interrogate a suspect, kind of like L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
Remember L.A. Noire? You would like look at people's faces and try to figure out. Well, since Violet is an empath, you get like a little readout of like different emotional bars on the side as the suspects
Does
are
it
talking.
look like just
Like
like the
someone
pain
spiked in
chart?
anger.
At the,
Well, it's like like different bar graphs for like anger,
Sad,
oh, there it is.
Sad, happy, surprised. Let's see. Happy, anger, surprised, scared, sad. I think those were the 5 that I remember. Anyway.
Can we rewind that for just a second? Like go back to
Yeah.
where we saw the bars
Line
on the
stuff.
screen because I want to show. This actually points out something. So you see, look at this art style here, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very typical visual novel, like very polished looking
Yeah.
graphics. But then here in a second, it's gonna cut to this cutscene. It does this a lot.
And it's like
where
it's like a sketch.
It's like a
Suddenly
sketch
Microsoft
sometimes.
Paint.
totally unfinished. Yeah, and I feel like it was a deliberate choice. Like they apparently
Here
had
again.
an art team. Like in the credits, you can see like it's the art done by so and so, and this was done by so and so. But they had different studios do like character art and the background art and that sort of thing. I feel like it was an intentional stylistic choice. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it
I
was,
mean,
it
that's
was
not
jarring.
uncommon to.
Yeah.
I mean, even Ruby at several instances has used it for like crowd scenes. You'll just have people that are silhouettes or like really simplified
This
art.
wasn't like that. This was more like when it would go to a cutscene. Then it would go to like sketch mode,
Uh-huh.
which was weird.
That's the expensive part. They
I
couldn't
guess
afford
so.
to have a whole thing done.
But so anyway, going back again to the empath side of things, you try to read their emotions, figure out when they're lying, and then you can either question them,
To like get more details about a specific thing that they're saying,
you can present them an item you found during your investigation that
Okay.
contradicts them,
and be like, "You're lying, and I know because this."
And I gotcha.
or you can doubt them, which says, I don't think you're telling me the whole truth. But if you guess incorrectly too many times, you get locked out.
That's as far as I can tell, that's the only way to fail the game.
Right.
And it just starts you back at the beginning of that investigation, which is it's a visual novel, so that stuff can take a while. That's
Yes.
punishment enough.
But so, like I said, this was probably, I think, the most interesting aspect of the game, or this is the most game part of the game.
Yeah.
And you do it twice. Once in the tutorial where they teach you the mechanic,
And that was with the girl that
that
you
we
see in the
just saw,
trailer.
yeah.
And then there was
the guy at the
JJ.
scrapyard, JJ. And I think those are the only 2 times
No,
you did
don't you do it with
episode 1.
Sam?
With
The
Sam.
kid- the
I don't
kid in
think
the
you do it
mechanic
with him,
shop? Don't you do it with him at
because
all?
you're not interrogating him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only twice.
So you do it twice, and one of them's the tutorial.
Well, this
on
is
how to
just
do it.
episode 1,
This
right?
is episode
There's gonna
1
be
out of
4. They
4?
haven't, I don't think they've released episode 2 yet, so this could be
How long was it to play through episode 1?
2 or
couple
3
of hours.
2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 3 at least. And I feel like I was booking it. I would check Steam, except I was trying to like finish it last night, and it completely I fell asleep. I don't know if the game just relaxed me enough that I fell asleep, or if I was just super tired from like RTX and 4th of July stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my Steam cannot tell you how long it was.
I think on fundamentally there's an issue here that we've kind of talked about with visual novels before, where is it a game or is it not a game? And I was kind of off put because at the very beginning of the credits, like it's like Selenon Rising, a film by so and so.
And then you go, oh shit.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, it's not a game. You know, they're not approaching it that way. Even though there are some game, and that's really, I think, the only gameplay mechanic.
It really is, because like the rest, there's
an alignment.
There's an alignment thing, and I feel like that may come into play in later episodes. It really didn't do much at all this particular episode. Like, I remember making one choice, like, I'm going to do this, and then they'd have a little dialogue, which I guess would have been different from another choice, but then she was like, no, I'm not going to do that after all. And, like, when I was like, God damn it!
There was one
like, Branch and, like, came back together.
Yeah, there's one part where I was like, you know, oh, yes, I'm interested in your plan. It was like, yeah, I'll do that.
With the one with Red?
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. And then she's like, nah. And I was like, fuck off.
I said, yeah, I would do that.
My choices, man. My choices.
Look, they didn't have the budget for that tree, okay? They had to fork it back in like, oh, yeah, but look at the time. Really, let's just advance the plot.
That's kind of what it ended up like. Yeah, so that was frustrating. Maybe it'll branch more in later ones and your alignment will mean something. So far as I could tell, it did nothing but like maybe slight conversational tweaks here and there. And that's just you say something, they respond, and then somehow get it back on the exact same track.
And I felt that the writing left a bit to be desired. In particular, there's like a romance subplot that like any time that kicked up, I was like hiding my eyes.
I was like, can you stop?
Was it like,
his hand accidentally brushed my hand.
If only.
No, because that would have been like overt. This was like, my hand brushed his hand. I looked over, but he was staring straight ahead. But I could see his cheeky smile.
My heart raced.
I was like,
A
stop
sharp
it.
intake of breath.
I was like, y'all adults.
Yeah.
Either
With psychic powers.
You're adults with psychic powers. Like, you can tell exactly what he wants at any given time and act on it, girl. And he knows
His
what you're about
boner
to
bar
do.
is real high right now.
His horny bar, please.
Oh, sorry.
It was weird.
Well, that does sound like it's more of a game than several of the ones we've played.
Yes and no. I'd say the lack of branching made it almost less compelling, because the one thing about visual novels is that, like, their one major gameplay thing as an entire genre is that you can get your ass killed or something and have to go back and find the right branches. Like, finding the branches that will get you to the end is one of the main challenges of the game, right? And this doesn't seem to have anything like that.
Like Long Live the Queen. It's like you're gonna fail that many times before you finally do it.
Right, or like Katawa showed you, how many times can you like end up being really bad and you don't get any of the girls. You're just hopeless. You can get yourself super killed in Hatoful Boyfriend.
So I'm gonna say it right now. If at the end of this episode we pull a visual novel, I'm putting it back in. Oh no, I'm throwing it away. We're drawing again. I can't do another visual novel.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
I just want to put this out there. I did recommend redrawing at the end of last one because we didn't know whose it was, and it wasn't like
we should have listened to you.
Yeah.
I want to build a time machine.
Hold on. I just want to remember this forever.
I want to build a time machine and go back and listen to Ashley because she was 100% right.
Like that said, I do have some good things to say about this game. I actually think the world is kind of interesting.
It's an interesting
We
concept.
don't get into a lot of scenarios in fictional worlds where we've been invaded by aliens and they won, and this is just our life now, and this is like we exist in a little bubble.
Little battlefield Earth.
You're like, you've got your like domed city, and that's where you live, and that's about it. So I thought that was a really cool to start off, and you really don't get a lot of details about the crazy aliens. They're the Selenon. They just kind of seem like this mysterious figure, and you don't see them until the end of the episode.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there are some other like interesting world like bits of flair. Like I guess during the battle with the Selenon originally, the humans used, what was it, the Maca?
I think it's the Machina.
And it's like a big weapon that shot a giant hole in the moon. So pieces of the moon and other space debris are constantly falling on the city, and that's why it's domed, is to stop. Like the dome allows air and birds and stuff to pass through, but it stops like asteroids from hitting the city.
I think, Gus, at that point they're called meteors.
Meteors. There you go. Or meteorites, or whatever the fuck they are.
How does that work? Is a meteor one that's falling, then it's a meteorite once it's fallen?
I think it's a meteorite once it's in the atmosphere. I think that's the way it works.
It stops that shit anyway. But yeah, so there's really cool world building stuff, and I do feel like I don't, almost like the same as a person was, you're not omniscient. You don't know everything about the world. There's all kinds of stuff. You're like, yeah, I haven't heard about that. And then someone else is like, oh yeah, we totally know about this other thing. And you're like, you feel like you're only seeing part of the whole, which is kind of cool.
Well, I think that really annoyed me because I felt like they used the fact that the character's memory was wiped to explain why they did such a bad job of exposition in the story.
Which,
because it's like, oh, what? Oh, okay, this thing, I guess.
They were like, your memory loss was really bad, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Theories, though. Let's make some predictions, because we are going to get an episode 2, and it'll continue on. I may even check it out. Or at the very least, like, put something on and, like watch it, because really that's all you need. The dude's secretary, the one with the glasses that you can't see through, Miss Pierce is up to some shit.
Oh yeah, she's really in charge or something.
She's like, you know what she is like in Zoo. No, I don't want to talk about spoilers of other things. I feel like she's in charge. She's doing some shit anyway.
She's kind of shady.
She's more powerful than she appears, and she seems to be like the one that everyone is actually.
Violet cannot read her emotions.
Oh.
Yeah, she may not even have any.
Maybe she's not even human.
She might be a robot.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if she's like somehow Selenon in disguise or something. Like she's their keeper.
Maybe.
Or they're like their minder. So I think that. I have the weird theory. I like to think that she never volunteered for it. That she
was just chosen.
Yeah, or it was like forced into it. It was like a punishment or like a sentence or something.
There is that weird flashback sequence where she's like dreaming and has that. Again, I don't want to get too spoilers, but it's like maybe she's having to do this.
Well, we can spoil whatever the fuck we want with this. I almost spoiled another entertainment property, and I didn't want to do that.
At one point, Violet has a dream. It's almost like a flashback where she's piloting a spaceship in some kind of battle, and then like a voice says like, "You messed up. You've doomed us all." Yeah. And then she wakes up. So it's almost like maybe in the past she fought against Selenon as like some kind of pilot. Then her memory was wiped, and now she's a specter.
I mean, usually a lot of times that's kind of the setup to that sort of thing. Is the memory wipe is just to turn one person against their former allies or the
kind of like Knights of the Old Republic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I was actually expecting. So at the very end of the episode, you get into contact with what's her name, the rebel leader chick.
Oh.
Zyra. I'm gonna call her Z. Yeah, it's like Zanya or Zarya or Z. I was half expecting her to walk through the door and be like, "We have a lot of work to do." Like she knows you and stuff, and like, "All right, let's get going." And you'd be like, "What are you?" And she's like, "Don't fuck with me." Like really. Like she knows you because you were like buddies before. She didn't do that, which was really disappointing. But I still have hope for my theory.
All right, should we hit up that cylinder?
Let's hit up the cylinder and get another
Ryan,
game.
do a good job.
All right. Cylinder of selection. Turn.
Do not fail a cylinder.
That's a good turn. I can't catch for shit, honestly.
It is. Okay, I don't know much about this game. I just looked at Steam.
What is it?
And
Oh no,
it.
really?
Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your Daddy? The one where you're a little baby?
Yeah.
Oh, I've played that.
Okay, so Who's Your Daddy on Steam?
There's not
it's
a lot to that
casual
game.
one-on-one video game featuring a clueless father attempting to prevent his infant son from certain death.
I will say this. I don't know if this will work well for one because it's real alpha beta.
Really?
I mean, there's one map. It is a 1v1 or there's a like 4v4 map.
Well, when did you play it? Because apparently just this week it looks like they put out a 1.5 update.
Okay, well it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, so yeah.
So you have played it fairly recently.
Yeah. We played it, we streamed it not that long ago.
Oh, Gus, you want to hang your hat on? Or if you end up as the new Sunset, it's going to be really embarrassing for you.
I honestly don't know that there's enough content
redraw?
there. We probably should.
All right, we'll redraw.
There's no narrative to it.
I'll redraw.
It's an interesting game, but...
What I think we all want from this particular cylinder of selection poll is an enjoyable game.
Yes. And that one is... It's multiplayer only, and it's just not... Well, at least it wasn't that far along before 1.5.
I thought the name was funny.
It is a funny game.
It's a funny game.
It's a really funny concept.
I
hope
tell you
they
what,
finish it.
I will play this with you even outside a game club.
Okay, we'll
it'll
play
be
it
fun.
anyway. I'm really happy about this one.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's one of yours.
Hell
it's
yeah!
Shadow Complex.
Sweet. All right, Shadow
That's
Complex.
just had a remaster on the PC.
Yes.
And I have not played this game since launch on the 360, and I've been wanting to play it again, so I'm really happy
I
to
had
have
never played it. I started playing it not that long ago, but I haven't played it through yet.
This is a game. It came out in 2009 originally. It was Xbox 360. It's by Chair and Epic. It was easily one of those like bar-setting games for Xbox Live Arcade for sure. It is now available on PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PC. They did just do a remaster.
I think the PC remaster was just at the end of last year, early this year, like December, January.
Xbox One too, yeah. I think the remaster.
Yeah,
came
so
out
it
on
was
all
released
those
for
platforms.
PC in December and Xbox One in March. PlayStation, the last time this was updated, I'm just reading the wiki here, it said that the PS4 version was going to come out in May. So hopefully it came out, y'all, because, I mean, it would look great even if not, I think, but it's...
The Xbox One remaster is definitely out. I've got it.
Well, we will play Shadow Complex, and I'm very excited.
Super looking forward to it.
So we'll see you guys next
All
time.
right. Good repull, Gus.
High five. We did it.